Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human Podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. It's April 9th, and today's reflection is titled, Slam the Door and Don't Look Back. This one was inspired by a quote from a book called The Use of Life by John Lubbock. John Lubbock, if you are unfamiliar with him, as I was before I started writing The Everyday Human, was an English banker, liberal politician, philanthropist, scientist, writer, and polymath, another one who did a little bit of it all. And there's that word polymath again. What a fun word. He's most known for his work in Parliament, which included enactments for bank holidays and the Ancient Monuments Protection Act of 1882 over in England, which basically recognized the need for a governmental administration to protect ancient monuments. The book, The Use of Life, is from 1894, and it's a philosophical work of essays and advice. Really, it's kind of like a self-help book, if you want to put it that way. It covers topics like happiness, health, education, and our duty to each other and ourselves to create a meaningful existence. And it argues that success and happiness in life are not byproducts of external forces, but rather things that are cultivated from within us and our own choices. And I can get behind that, for sure. All right, here's the quote from The Use of Life. Rest is not idleness, and to lie sometimes on the grass under trees on a summer's day, listening to the murmur of the water, or watching the clouds float across the sky, is by no means a waste of time. I really love that quote. It is so true, and I often need to remind myself of that. Okay, here's my reflection. The list in your head grows overnight as you sleep, as you should be resting, dreaming, like mushrooms springing up the morning after an evening summer rain. The list on your refrigerator, too. Bananas from the store, send the check to the school, call your mother, change the oil, do your taxes. Where does it all come from? Throughout the day, you get texts and messages and emails from your partner, kids, coworkers, and boss, like throwing another handful of sand onto the beach just to watch it sink slowly in, melding with the other grains. You cross an item off, but like the Hydra, 3 more grow in its place. Evening comes around, and the house is finally quiet. The world is retiring for the night, and you figure you should too. Settle in and read for a bit before bed. Play a game, watch a show. But from the dark hallway leading to the kitchen, or from the shadowed recesses of your mind, you still hear the voices of those damned relentless lists calling out to you, nagging you, condemning you for putting your feet up and relaxing. How dare you sit down while we still exist and are waiting for you? How dare you think of yourself and your own well-being over us? How dare you waste your time reading or playing video games or taking a walk in the shade of trees when you should be working or being productive? Something happened, and I don't know when exactly. We can probably point our fingers at those who perpetuate and glorify the hustle culture, even before them. But we're not here to do that. But something happened where we now believe that if we are not working or being productive every waking moment, then it is a waste of time. You must firmly plant your feet and reject this notion. It is disgustingly capitalist and it's patently false. We are humans, after all, not robots. We are part of nature and do not exist simply to deplete it of its resources. It is perfectly natural and beautiful to rest, as we can see by observing nature. The animals, the insects, the birds, even the trees will rest in winter. So please, the next time those voices call out to you, slam the door on them and tell them to not disturb you. You have more important things to do than to listen to them, like lying on the grass under the trees, or listening to the sound of water by a creek, or watching the clouds float across the sky. It is all beautiful, and by no means a waste of time. And there ends today's reflection. And as I was recording that, another quote popped into my head by Hayao Miyazaki, who is the Japanese animator and filmmaker, artist, co-founder of Studio Ghibli. You may recognize that name as well. But I think it was from like a documentary where he's outside watching the sunset, and he states simply, "When you die, you can't see sunsets. It really is beautiful." And I think that's such a nice supplement to today's reflection and the quote by John Lubbock. There is so much beauty in nature and in rest. And when you're at the end of it all, on your deathbed, are you going to look back and think, boy, I sure wish I spent more time in front of that computer, or with my head bent down, staring at my phone, scrolling and getting mad about the stupid things people do and say? Or would you rather look back and say, I'm so glad I saw those sunsets. I'm so glad I walked in the shade with the people I love, my friends and my family. I'm so glad I looked up at the clouds and saw shapes and figures and let my mind wander. Because you can't do that stuff when you die. All right, and now it's time for your reflection question. Ask yourself this. When was the last time I truly relaxed guilt-free? Let me, right now, plan out my next moment of lazing in nature because it is beautiful and important. And if you don't write your thoughts down, or if you're not taking time to think about the reflection question, at the very least, plan a technology-free, phone-free time for you to get out either alone or with someone you like and love in nature and just hang out. Sit under a tree, lie in the grass, look up at the sky. Try and do it for at least 10 minutes. I think you can manage that. And it might feel weird at first. It really might. But try and do this. Try and incorporate it into your life, into your daily routine. And I think you'll be better off for it. And that's it for today, April 9th. I'll be back tomorrow, April 10th. Sorry, I did not forget what comes after 9. I was actually looking at who we have tomorrow, and it is a quote from T.S. Eliot. So this is a fun one, and yeah, I'll see you then. Have a good one, and take care.